What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Just got done watching a bunch of football, so that's where I'm going to take you today. We're going to talk about standards. We're going to talk about who you are, where you are, and how you are is who you should always be, living one life, having one standard for everything and not trying to place some plurality or duality about I'm this guy when I'm at church, and I'm this guy when I'm over here, and I'm this guy at business, but I'm this guy at home. Listen, we're talking about standards. We're not talking about goals. We're not talking about hype. You see, let's go to football like in the league. When I played in the league, there's two types of guys. There's guys that show up and they are all out in the off season. They're all out in the weight room and they're all out at every workout. They show up for films. They get there early, and you know what? They stay. And then there's the guys that just barely do enough to stay on the field, and they leave. And here's the deal. Barry Sanders, the guy I played with, and check this out. Like, he had one standard, and that was put ball in end zone. Super simple. So if we were at practice and you handed him the ball and we were going out like on the 20 going out, he was running at 80 yards to the end zone. Sounds super cool until practice starts going 3 and 4 hours because it takes him that long to get back after every run. But the point of it is even though the coaches would tell him don't do that, he's like, my goal is to get in the end zone. I have one standard. If I carry the ball, I go to the end zone, period, right? And it was interesting because I picked this up back there. What I learned from it is that standards are who your standard matters to you because your standard is who you are when nobody's watching. If you're disciplined only when the camera's watching you, when other people are watching you, that's a character flaw. That's choreography. How you do anything is how you do everything. You guys have heard me say that, so check this out. That statement, how you do anything is how you do everything, is brutal, right? If you wake up and you leave your bed leave your bedroom without making your bed, like, that's on you. If you cut corners in small things, you're going to cut them in the big ones. If you lack honesty and integrity when nobody's watching, you're going to lack courage when it counts. Integrity isn't about perfection, guys. It's about alignment. It's being the same man in the gym, in the boardroom, in the church pew, and in the living room with your family. A man with one standard doesn't have to remember which version of himself to be. It's too hard. Don't live different characters. Be the person you're supposed to be and make that person as good as possible. The world does not need more talented men. It needs more aligned men who can be trusted to live by the same code everywhere. Like, would you rather be friends with somebody that's talented or somebody that you can trust? Hopefully you say trust. And you say, well, what is trust? Well, I can count on them. You've heard that. What does that mean? That means they're going to show up and be consistent. Okay, that's aligned. So here's your audit. If your standard shifts depending on who's in the room, or the title that you're wearing, or the pressure that you're under, then you don't have a standard. You have choreography. You have a character. And until you set one code, you're living that double life. So let's jump into this. Faith. This is that conviction leg of your table, right? Your standard in faith shows when no one's around. Do you pray? Do you lead? Do you act from conviction? Or is it only when it's convenient? Because faith without consistency is just performance. Family. Leadership leg. Your real standards at home. Do your wife and your kids get your best, or do they get your leftovers? Right? Are your core hours spent at the gym? Is all your energy going to the boardroom? Did you hang out too late with your bros last night? You didn't get up and do breakfast with your kids? They should get your best version of self. Excellence at work doesn't mean shit if you're not doing it at home. Fitness. Check it out, man. You can tell me who you are all day long, but I can see it when you walk in the room. This is where most men lie to themselves. I eat good. I work out. Okay, cool. Awesome. You are either fit or you are not. You are at the level of fitness that you are working. Do not be upset about the results that you don't have from the work you didn't do. Right? Do you keep your promises to your body when nobody's there to audit you? I'm not going to eat sugar. I'm not going to eat after 5. I'm going to not drink so much. I'm not, whatever. The gym reveals who you really are. That's why we're so drawn to it as men, because all of the smoke and mirrors go away. Like, you're either who you say you are or you're not. In finance, your stewardship leg, like, money magnifies who you are. That's it. Like, assholes with a lot of money are big assholes. Cool people with a lot of money are just cool people. Charitable people with a lot of money are just charitable. Apply that same excellence that you demand everywhere, and especially how you manage your resources. So let's get down to the audit here. This week, write down your standard in each field. Faith, family, fitness, and finance. And ask yourself, would someone who watched me from a distance see the man in all four areas as the same man. If not, that's your work, right? Don't rise to your goals for your what you're trying to do, but try and live to your standard all the time. And that's one thing we used to talk about, like, you will play how you practice. Don't be somebody that you can't maintain, because when pressure hits, you're going to be who you are. You're going to get exposed. You've heard that term, like exposed. Well, what does that mean? That means when the water crashes over me and the makeup and the costume goes away and I'm exposed, who am I? And if I've trained to a certain standard, then I'm happy to let you see what that is. Okay? So this week, guys, check it out. Identify one area where your standard slipped. Decide what full speed looks like and get after it. And then go do it, even when nobody's watching. Men of honor don't need spotlights. Their consistency is their spotlight. And when your standard holds steady under pressure, people feel it. Your faith family, your team, your circle. So live one code. Don't perform for the crowd. Prepare for the mission. Because when your standard stays solid, your leadership becomes unstoppable. All right, boys. Much love. Take care. Out.